We are going to start by talking about TwitchCon. Honestly, I had a lot of fun. If you haven't been to TwitchCon, I think I would recommend it because it was a lot of fun. I went to TwitchCon, but I didn't actually have anyone to go with. I mentioned to a couple people that I was going, but none of them seemed interested. So I went myself. And the thing about conventions is you're kind of paying to go to a place with a million booths where you have to pay for things. I think it's a lot of fun walking around the convention. I think it's a lot of fun looking at everything at the convention. But the thing is, I think it's like 30% walking around looking at the things at the convention, participating in the things at the convention, and the other 70% should just be like talking to people. But I didn't really go with anyone. So I was the weirdo walking around the convention myself. At TwitchCon, I was kind of just walking around, and the first day was a ton of fun. I was walking around, seeing all the events, seeing just everything all over the place, right? There was a State Farm booth that gave me a trophy because I got 100,000 points. State Farm. I got the trophy. Oh, it's this way. I also, if you want to meet Twitch streamers, it's probably one of the best places, obviously. But like, you see hella people. I saw XQC. I saw like Emaru. I saw a ton of people like Fusely. I didn't get pictures with all of them because some of them were like surrounded by people. XQC, for example, that motherfucker had a crowd of people just following him as he was trying to make his way through. And I was like, I'm not interrupting that. I'm not even that big of an XQC fan. I'm not even an XQC fan, actually. I haven't seen a single stream of his. I don't even think I'm following him on Twitch, but I did see XQC. I saw like Fusely, who I also didn't get a picture with. I saw Azap. This guy looks fucking good. Isn't it insane how you can become an A-list celebrity by playing video games nowadays? I don't think I'd consider them A-list celebrities, but honestly, I think it's better than just Kaisenat. Maybe Kaisenat, actually. That's mostly because he's hanging out with A-list celebrities. Yeah, that's kind of fair. You got me there. It is kind of crazy, but I think it makes you more personable than acting in a movie where you're playing as somebody else, if that makes sense. I think it makes more sense than somebody being famous by pretending to be somebody else, doesn't it? Because you see a bit of the person's personality, even if it's not necessarily them. Speed, oh, for sure. Dude, I show Speed's a legend. Yeah, I met like a handful of people. I got a picture with Lily Pichu, which I thought was interesting. I don't actually like watch Lily Pichu. I just saw her and I was like, what the fuck? Nobody around her. She was wearing a face mask. And I was like, is that actually Lily Pichu? And it was. I got a picture with Stans, the motherfucker who robbed my idea of doing every daily game. This motherfucker. Do you guys know Mr. GG? I don't know how to take I don't know how to take pictures, by the way. They're all the same angle. They're all the same everything. Do you guys know Mr. GG? It's a bad picture. Well, I think it's a fine picture. You guys just don't. This guy. I met this guy. I have honestly been watching this guy's videos going on 7 to 8 years now. Mr. Beast. I did not meet Mr. Beast, but I've been watching this guy forever. And then I was just walking through TwitchCon on a Saturday, and I see this guy's face. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Is that the guy that I think it is? And it was. I told him, I was like, dude, what the fuck? Can I get a picture? I've been watching you for like 7 years now. And he was like, oh fuck, what the hell? God. So I wonder if I made him feel old. And then the funniest story of all, I met Small Ant's mom and his aunt. Dude, it was fucking wild. So I got that. Where's that trophy? Dude, the State Farm trophy's gone. So I got the State Farm trophy, right? And after I was done getting my 100,000 points at the State Farm thing, I walked around the convention like 4 times. And once I was done walking around the convention, looking at everything, I was like, I wonder if I could get like a high score on one of those games. So I go back to the State Farm Gamerhood like booth, and they had like 4 games that you had to play. One was Subway Surfers, but you use your actual body to move back and forth. And that shit had like a 4-second delay. So if you like move, then your character like waits a moment and then it moves. So it fucking sucked. That one was god awful. They had a red, green, and yellow light one that you had to remember the exact order of lights that you went in. And when I first did it, I got like, I think the top 3 score. And then later in the day when I saw it, the scores had tripled, but not even tripled. They had quadrupled up to like 140,000 points. And I was like, I'm not going for 140,000 points. That is insane. And then there was one with a maximum of 45,000 points and I scored 44,000 points. So I was like, I think I'm content with that one. Like the fastest people are all going to be 45,000 points, and it's going to be like the top 5 people on each of these games were listed at the end of every play session. Every time somebody played the game, they would see the top 5. And I was like, that's just going to be 45,000 points constantly. And then the last game, the one that I wanted to see if I could get a high score on, was one where you kind of change the wavelengths. Like you have 2 wheels. One of those wheels, if you spin it one way, will make the wavelengths taller or shorter. The other one will make them more compact or like spread out thinner. And so I was going for the high score on that game. And I remember thinking, like, I hop in line and I score, I think my highest score was like 26,000, but the high score was 28,000, and you could get up to like 35,000. Out of the 4 games, this was the one game that I felt like I could actually do. I just felt like I could. I felt like I could get the high score. And so I hop in line, and there's like a decent line for this thing, and I go through it. I get to the front, and I get my high score, but I don't get the high score. So I place like top 4. Twitch fan me. I didn't do a fan meet. Nope, none of you were there. What the hell? So I hop in line. I score like 26,000 or something like that. Top 4. And I'm like, damn, I think I could do better though. Cause at one point in the game, I started like spinning the thing the wrong way. And I was like, shit, god damn it. So I completely fucked that up. I felt like I could get a higher score. So then I hop back in line, and 2 people in front of me, there's this girl wearing a pink shirt, like an older lady, probably like maybe her 40s. She's wearing a pink shirt, and there's somebody right next to her wearing the exact same shirt. They're together. They want to race each other. I'm like, fair enough. So I see one of them, she's going through like the wavelengths, and she just like can't get it. She scores so bad, she gives up. She's like, you know what? This game isn't for me. I'm over it. I don't want to play this one anymore. The way you call a person old, that is, I said older. I can be 39, and if she's in her 40s, she's older. Okay, let's be real for a second. Anyway, so I see her. She gives up on like number 2 with like 5 seconds left. So she's not getting any points on this game. After she gives up, she's like, oh, that's annoying. She walks back and she saw my score of like 26,000. And she's like, hey, do you want to play this game for me? And I was like, I'm trying to get myself a high score, not you. And she just gave up on the game. And so she comes back to me. She asks me if I want to play for her. And I'm like, you know what? Sure, I'll play for you. I don't care. Like, I think that's fine. It'll be good practice, whatever. That's fine. She just wanted the trophy, but she just wasn't good at this specific game. She had like scored really well on all of the other ones, but this specific one, she got a 0. So she gives me her little wristband, and I slip it on, put mine in my pocket, so it looks like I'm just wearing my own. And then I stand in line, and we're just talking, and she mentions that her nephew is a streamer, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, she asked me if I stream. I'm like, I sometimes stream. Like, am I good at it? Not really, but I do stream. And she's like, just talking about it. And then she mentions her nephew. And I'm like, oh, is your nephew like he streams? Like, how often? And she's like, oh, really often. I'm like, oh, does he make like money from it? She's like, oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I'm like, with an answer like that, this guy has to be fucking famous. Like, what do you mean? Oh yeah. Like, what are you talking about? So I was like, oh, what's his name? Maybe I've heard of him. And she's like, oh, his name's Small Ant. And I'm like, you're Small Ant's mom? And she's like, no, I'm Small Ant's aunt. My sister is his mom. And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you fucking serious? What the hell? And so I'm like, holy shit, this is Small Ant's aunt? And she shows me her badge. But she shows me her badge. It says Small Aunt. Who is Small Ant? A speedrunner. I will stomp him. Please don't. He's pretty good at what he does. So she shows me her badge. It says Small Aunt. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And then his Small Ant's mom is there as well. And I thought it was the funniest thing ever. Show me what he speedruns. He speedruns everything. Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, Mario, any of them, Odyssey, Silksong, Hollow Knight. He speedruns all of them, bro. I don't think he's live right now specifically. Like, he's just a good speedrunner. He comes up with hella speedrunning strats. And so I met his mom, and I thought that shit was so much funnier than actually meeting the man himself. So I got a picture with his mom and his aunt, and I just have a picture of me with Small Ant's aunt and mother. So if I ever meet Small Ant, I'm gonna say, hey, I met your mother. I thought it was so funny, but I don't know what to do with this picture. I just have a picture of it. Like, I met Small Ant's mom. It would be so fucking funny to show that to Small Ant. I didn't actually see Small Ant. Dude, oh my God, I was so embarrassed. Cause I was like, hey, can I get a picture? Cause I thought it was fucking funny. I thought it was hilarious to get a picture with his mom. And then they started telling me like, oh yeah, Small Ant's over in this area of the convention doing this, doing that, so on and so forth. And I just couldn't hold a conversation. My brain was fucking cooked. I don't know how to hold a conversation with people. I don't know how to talk to people, dude. Anytime I tried talking to somebody, oh my God, I'd get so embarrassed. My face would get red. I was at the convention alone and I didn't know how to talk to other people. So I was just like a fucking random ass guy there at the convention. I'm sure there were people that were there alone, like a lot of people there alone, but it didn't feel like that. It was so embarrassing, dude. I just spaced and I had to like step away from the situation because I thought it was funny to get a picture with his mom, but I could not hold up a conversation because I was like, I don't even know what to say, bro. This is weird. They asked me, they were like, you want a picture with me? And I was like, why not? So fucking embarrassing.